All right, Pleb Squad, what up? Look, I'm not going to do a whole fucking intro. I don't feel like it. Yada, yada. Like, subscribe. Look, the Battlefield 6 open beta is over, and I asked my mates what they would like to see, what could be better, yada, yada. Here's what we came up with, all right? And this is all going to be gameplay for us. I got gameplay, UI, menu, sound, and then a make it or break it, all right? So starting with gameplay, I'm going to try and go, through this list at light speed because it's a lot. And I don't want it to be a fucking half-hour video again. All right, so my first point is it's going to be a lot of squad play based things, you'll notice. So I said that the natural heal needs to go, all right? There's no point in the fucking support class / medic class with the medic bags if you, just naturally heal. If you wait a few seconds, you got your full health back. Fuck that, take it out, all right? It's stupid. Spawning on squad leader only. It's always so fun to hear young ones talk about Battlefield 3 and 4 as, the base of Battlefield, which, given I reference to Battlefield 4 a lot too, because I enjoyed Battlefield 4, but it's like, is it really based on squad play? And I was thinking about it. If I would join a game alone, look, me and my full squad, we play as a squad, all right? But that's because we do that. And I was thinking, like, okay, if I played solo in Battlefield 4 or in 6, if I go in solo, will I still have that same squad feel? I don't really think so, honestly. Battlefield 2, on the other hand, you could only spawn on your squad leader, which made the squad leader way more important. He had to survive for you to progress. If he died, you had to go all the way back with your squad. So he became a lot more important. Yeah, y'all had to keep him alive in order to progress. Nowadays, you can just spawn on almost anybody, even from a different squad. If he's in a tank, you can spawn on a tank. If he's in a fucking anti-air, spawn on the anti-air. Way too much spawn options, in my opinion. But that's because we're just old farts and we know Battlefield 2 instead of, seeing Battlefield 3 as the base of Battlefield. But that's a whole different story. Anyways, all right, so next point is destruction. Look, don't get me wrong. I love the destruction, all right? It's back. I fucking love it. But I would like it to happen more naturally, more slowly throughout the game, all right? Not just, you shoot one RPG or you stick one C4 on the wall and the whole fucking building crumbles down. Like if a tank shoots it, fine, have a bigger blast. But I would just like to see it more gradually. Is that a word?
Ooh, you are a smart one.
Is that the word I'm looking for? You know what I mean. Just more slowly over the pace of the game. All right. My next point is, or our next point, I should say, classes. All right. So the classes have way too much options right now. I'm not sure if it was for the beta only. If it wasn't for the beta only, we got some stuff to do, all right? The assault class, here's what we came up with. The assault class needs to have to choose between RPG and Stinger, all right? You have to. You can't carry both. Fuck that, all right? They already have a primary extra in the form of a shotgun, which everybody's going to run because that shit's fucking broken. They're already powerful, right? They have to choose. Sorry, I meant engineer for the Stinger and the RPG. I meant the so the engineer for the RPG and Stinger. The assault class needs to have to choose between the M320 variations, not both or how many ever they're going to be in the new Battlefield. They have to choose between the variations. All right, one or the other. That being said, we think that the M320, high explosive, smoke, all the variations should go to the support class so they can smoke and have a little bit of defense as well, even though they have their own health, but, if they take out the natural heal, that kind of counters it a bit again. Just so they can smoke better, have a little offense while trying to defense, saving teammates, stuff like that. We think that it's a better fit for the support class. And the C4 for the recon, because the recon's going to have the C4, and we were like, why? All right, come on. We all know, just like we saw in the beta, all these snipers are going to be in the back, in the mountains, trying to take pictures of the whole fucking battlefield. What are you going to do with your C4? Right? They're going to do nothing. So I said, give it to the engineer and make them choose between carrying C4 and an RPG, C4 and Stinger. And my buddy Doozle said, give it to the assault class, which is also an option. Like if you move the M320 to the support class, give them the C4. That's also a nice solution, right? In our opinion, anyways. What would you give the recon? I'm not sure. Give them the spawn beacon back. I don't fucking know. Give them something, but not the C4. All right. Next point. 3D spotting. It's fucking ridiculous. Remove it from the game. Get rid of it. It's fucking stupid. Enough said. Next point is the fire slow debuff is way too strong. It is. Look, I get that, you know, you want to stop, drop, and roll when you catch fire. I get it. But not that slow, man. Come on now. It's way too fucking strong. Needs a little bit of a nerf. In our opinion. My next point, and I've said this in my last video as well. I play a lot of squad leader, and this is like, it's annoying the fuck out of me. All right. If I want to set an objective, all right, you can either hold down your Q and choose the order that you want to set out. To me, it takes too long, all right, because I'm also moving and shit. I just want to look at the flag in game, at the icon, so A, B, C, D, whatever, because I play a lot of Conquest. Just look at the objective, press Q, it sets the order, done. Right now, what's happening is you'll see a gray outline around the objective that you're looking at. I press Q, it doesn't set the order. Press it again, doesn't set it. Press it again, it finally sets the order. It's way too slow and not responsive. Like that grayish thingy is kind of like a "are you sure" type thing. Yes, I'm fucking sure. I got many hours in squad leader. Let me set the objective. Get rid of that whole grayish outline thing. Just get rid of it. I want, you know, if I press Q on the flag or on the icon in the world, I need it to be set immediately. All right? Good. Next option. Next point. Sorry. When playing with a full party/squad, please let the party leader be the squad leader. All right. So look, I play with, okay, I have friends. All right. I do. I know you don't believe me, but I do. We have a full squad, right? A lot of old friends are coming back to Battlefield, as is Doozle is coming back. So we play with a full squad/party. All right. Let us set the squad leader before we look for a game, right? So I'm the party leader. Let me be the squad leader. And this is the big one, let me stay squad leader throughout the games that we queue together, because it's so fucking annoying that every other round or every round the squad leader is set to a different person in the squad. It's annoying as fuck. Remove it. All right. That being said, also add the option to ask for a order from your squad leader, just in, you know, like past Battlefield games. And if he doesn't respond within a minute or 2 minutes, whatever it was, you get squad leader. Because there's a lot of people that you know, a lot of new people probably, but also a lot of old school people that just don't give a fuck, you know, anymore maybe, and they don't play squad leader. I want to be able to ask for an order and get the role because I love playing squad leader. All right. So anyways, let them stay.
We get it, man.
Squad leader throughout the games that you're queuing with a full party and squad. Also, we have a lot to say, man. Shit. Also, look, we play with a full squad. All right. Again, I also have a friend. We're all on PC, by the way. I also have a friend who plays on PlayStation. Multiple friends. A friend of mine plays a lot of Battlefield 1. We all know that's not crossplay. All right. He didn't really play 5 or 2042. Neither did I. So this is the first one that we can finally play together. Right. Not if I'm also playing with all of my friends on PC, though, because the fucking party size is 4. Please increase the party size so you can queue together for a server, and then just, you know, if you get put in 2 or 3 squads, you know, with that whole party, sure, but just make the party bigger, man. I want to play with more friends and then just, you know, be divided over 2 squads, for example, which is fine. All right, we don't have to be in a squad together, but we want to play together, right? Yeah, that was that point. Now this is an old school one. I didn't even notice. My buddy Doozle and Chewy, they tried because they did it a lot, especially Chewy back in the day. I'm sure y'all all have also noticed this, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to talk about this. But if you blow up C4 on your car, it does not jump. All right, you cannot fucking let your vehicles jump as you could in past battlefields. You ruined the game. All right, okay, maybe that's a little excessive, but you know, that's like a Bob Ross, right? When you're looking at Bob Ross, you have this beautiful painting, which is Battlefield 6 right now, right? It's becoming more and more beautiful, and then he puts like a thick fucking line in the middle of that fucking painting, and everybody says ruined. You know, that's kind of what this is. The vehicles don't jump with C4. The cars, at least, we need that back. It's a small thing, but we do need it. We tried to fly in the chopper a bit, me and Doozle. Not a lot, but you know, some. We think the helicopter and everything around air to ground vehicles is a bit weird or something. The Gunner 8, the Gunner air to ground missile it's fucking broken. Okay, I was just locking on vehicles, shooting, blowing them up, like one shot almost. Most of the time anyways. I mean, were they all have like maybe half health? Maybe could be, but it felt really broken. Let me know in the comments if you felt that too, or if I was just lucky with my kills, like one-shotting with the guided missile. That being said, we really rather would have the TV guided missile from Battlefield 2 back. Maybe it's in the game when it's here, but we haven't seen it. But back in the day, most of y'all maybe don't even know this. With the TV guided missile that was for the gunner, you would shoot it and you would have to click on screen and it would follow your clicks, right? So it's a skill-based thing instead of a lock, you know, which brings more skill to play. You could like actually, you know, get jets out of the air with your TV guided missile as a gunner if you were good enough, because trust me, it needed skill. So maybe balance that out, or you know, just give some more skilled based weapons to the chopper, I guess. Third person view in vehicles. This is a big one. I'm not sure if this is going to happen. Probably not, because you know they also have console to worry about, I guess. But we think that the third person view in vehicles, it's fucking OP, man. It's especially when you can, you know, shoot in that third person. Like we would, you know, we were thinking third person only to view, only to look, and then, you know, if you saw someone, you had to go back to first person and shoot. But this whole 3D view, and you could actually, you know, in the tank with the gunner, with your second weapon, you can just look around and shoot, right? Also with your main cannon, just look around and shoot. But if you switch back to first person, it would also be way off. So if they're gonna keep that, make sure that where you're looking in third person is also where you're looking in first. But our opinion is third person should only be for, you know, looking around, because, you know, looking around in first person is just annoying as fuck, let's be honest. Third person to look around is fine, but not to shoot. That was our opinion. It's not going to happen, I know, but anyways, next point is that the helipad should only repair the chopper. I know you can repair your chopper right now at the repair station thing, but that's also something from way back in the day, Battlefield 2. You could only repair your chopper, I believe, on the helipad, and jets resupply when flying over the base airstrip. I really wish they would bring back airstrips, man. Like you know, that you would have to take off from the ground, just as I said in my last video. I just want all the vehicle spawns to be back in base. The jets are there. You have to walk to them, enter them, take off. Actually, you know, chopper as well. The tanks, they're all there. They can't be stolen, you can't be base raped, but that was also a mission, you know, drive the enemy out of your base, and, you know, anyways, that's a whole different discussion. All right, so that was gameplay. Moving on to UI, all right? The UI needs to be more clean / clear, I read down. And with that, I mean, and these are just 2 points. I couldn't really come up with more because my brain was full, I guess. I don't fucking know. The weapon names in the kill feed are not there, all right? Maybe it's in the settings. Don't come at me because the settings, that's my next issue. That's a fucking mess, but I would like to see the weapon names in the kill feed. Right now, you only see a image. Sometimes you even see a placeholder, so there's some work to be done there. But I would like to see the name of the weapon that you got killed with or made a kill with, as in past battlefields. You can also not really see who the squad leader is with one look. You know, I had to go to escape squad management to see who the squad leader is. I want to see that in an instant, so I could ask for squad leader, right? But again, my other point, please just let the set party leader be the squad leader if you're playing with a full squad, and let them be the squad leader when you're queuing for other games. Okay, so that was no UI still. Player cards, please, man. Player cards need to go, dude. Like it's not Call of Duty, all right? Player cards need to fucking go. Bring back the medals, ribbons, and actual rank logos. I've said this before. Bring that shit back. That is Battlefield, all right? These fucking, I don't know what they're called. Like something, whatever. Skip all of that, remove it, bring back actual rank logos, and just make it, you know, make it worth something, man. Like those player cards leave that shit in 2042, all right? I believe they had player cards there as well. That looks way too much like 2042. Fuck that shit. You don't want anything to do with 2042 when it comes to looks in this game, because nobody likes that shit, all right? Dump it. Fuck it. We're almost there. Okay, so menu. Settings are all over the place and needs an overhaul and a search option. I know Call of Duty did this. I read about it. I heard about it. Apparently, it's fucking great. Great addition. Put it in. Let us search. Otherwise, fix your fucking menus, all right? Because there's sub-menu after sub-menu after sub-menu to search for something. The fucking compass is off by default, which I don't know who the fuck came up with that, but yeah. Also, under the menu, more detailed descriptions of the weapon attachments. I don't know who came up with all the descriptions for the attachments, but they're fucking stupid. If I recall correctly, there was one that was reduces recoil and improves remaining recoil. You know, like, okay, so pure recoil control. You know, like it's stupid, needs to be better, needs to be more clear. That being said, it also needs to be more info in weapon customization. And by that, I mean, what does what? All right. So in some of the attachments, you know, they would say sway or aim handling or aim this or that. And, you know, and whilst most of them, you know, probably speak for themselves, I believe Delta Force did a really good job at this, and they could, you know, actually just take that, because, I mean, what did Delta Force not take from Battlefield? Let's be honest. But they had a whole graph, right? And they it said handling does this, sway does that, or whatever the fuck they have in that game. Everything was listed, and you could just see what it did. And when you put your attachments on the gun, you could see the graph moving, so you could see your recoil pattern, and it was amazing system. Take that. Copy it, put it in the fucking game, all right? And lastly, under the topic menu, and this is especially for my buddy Doozle, joystick support dice, please, all right? We want to fly the heli and jets with joysticks, all right? Good. Next topic is sound. Now, we saw something online. I saw something in a video. I think it was from Jack Frags. Props to Jack. And they tried out the what was it called? The in-world audio, right? So kind of like a repo audio system, a VoIP, where you can hear your mate close by pretty well. And the further he goes, the further he's away in your headset. And then when he's out of range, you hear him over your radio, which is a pretty fucking cool idea, but it was so soft, like it wasn't loud, like I could barely hear him with tanks blowing shit up around me and stuff like that. And there's, you know, that being said, more options for voice chat, so sliders per individual in your squad, maybe, you know, to turn them up or down, stuff like that. It's a really cool idea, but it needs to be more customizable, I guess. And then the last one is, I need more BF3 vibe voice lines, man. This has been said a lot, and sure, there's some of them in there that are really fucking cool, but I just need more cursing and shit, man. All right, fuck this. Like, come on, man. How old are we right now, right? We can handle a few curse words, man. Just give me back that gritty Battlefield 3 voice lines vibe, and then we all good. Now, my last topic. We're almost there. How many minutes are we in? 20. Fuck, I'm still... Okay, still a long video. Make or break. It's just 2 points and then we're done. Make or break for this game right now is a server browser. There needs to be a server browser. DICE, please add a server browser, all right? The community feel is big in Battlefield. It always has been, you know, joining servers, being a regular, getting to know people, actually making friends. Doozle, you know, my buddy, he made friends with my old clan leader, blah, 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 you know, and shit. And that's how we met. And now we're friends in real life. That's a part of Battlefield, community feel. And I know you all are doubling down on Portal, so you can see, you know, we're going to have to see how Portal plays out. But if, like, the servers go down when you go away or when the server's empty, and then it's, you know, no. At the server browser, I also just want to filter. I want to play what I want to play, all right? Player's choice. Come on, DICE. And then lastly, and this is the big one, they need to make a choice, all right? They have to choose between closed weapons or open weapons. I'm all for closed weapons. Again, I'm an old fart. My whole squad, you know, they all agree with me. But I know there's two teams, all right? I know there's team open weapons and team closed weapons. In my opinion, if you don't have closed weapons, then what are the classes for, right? What's Battlefield? Again, they've stepped away from that Battlefield DNA, even though they're saying, you know, there's a lot of Battlefield DNA in this game. There is, but not the Battlefield DNA. I've come to learn that over these past 2 weekends, all right? It's fun, but it's definitely not Battlefield 2 squad play and class play, if you will. So they need to make a change, because you're gonna divide your community, your player base into two camps, and that's not good. All right, one playlist is gonna be played more than the other. People, and you know, in the closed or the open one, are gonna find less games. It's not good. Make a choice. It doesn't look good on your part, DICE. It makes you look like you're doubting yourself. Make a choice. All right. Whew. All right. Well, that was it. That are all points. Let us know if you agree with us. If you don't agree with us as well, let us know. If you guys like this video, here comes the outro. You know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you didn't like it, no, that's fine too. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace. Oh, by the way, hashtag BringBackKubraDam.
I need it!
Later.